won't forgive you!
Rising Wyvern! You picked the wrong fight!
A new melody!
This one's mine!
Now you see what I can do!
These ones can run rings around us! Flame of fury burning
Bathed in blood,
shock!
rending you apart! Leave the ensnaring to me! Yeah! And the pummeling to me! A new melody!
Plasma shock!
Denied!
Not on my watch!
Searing Gale!
Resonate with the earth!
Plasma shock!
Time to start! On your knees!
Searing Gale! Plasma shock!
This one's mine!
Searing Gale!
Cyan instant!
Plasma
Resonate
shock!
with the earth!
Water snake wait!
Stalagmite!
Searing Gale!
Bathed in blood, rending you a bloody howling!
Where are you going?
Plasma
I'll heal
shock!
you all! Do it!
They've really got us on the ropes.
Don't forget to heal your wounds.
An opponent like
Healing
this should be
arch.
easy.
To march on!
First aid.
I can carve through walls! Prepare to be sealed!
Sighted!
Ignite!
Time to shine!
Plasma shock!
Airborne beast!
No further!
My specialty! I'm only getting
Searing
started!
Gale! Is that fire?
I'm done! Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
Stardust!
None shall
take
escape
it
my
off.
judgment! Here goes!
Discharge!
Not in your dreams!
Elusive deity!
This one's all mine!
Pile driver!
Eat
Here I
this!
go!
Tornado drive!
I'm only getting started!
Forward up! I'm ready!
Lost! Get toasty!
Bird strike!
Barely a blip on our radar.
Let's see what you've got. Take this!
This one's healing circle!
I owe you one.
Raging Luna Storm!
I'm not so good with airborne charges.
Plasma shock!
Negative gate! Pesky airborne
Searing
scoundrels!
Sounds like a job for yours truly.
I'll smash you!
This one's
all
mine. Water, hear my call.
I'm ready!
Chill!
This ends now.
Consider yourself finished!
Going in.
Plasma shock!
Elusive deity!
Searing flame.
Searing Gale! I can feel my power growing!
Let's dispose of this trash.
Shock! Burn in hell!
Searing flame.
Plasma shock!
Arch seal. Into the shadows.
Searing Gale!
Where are you going?
Your reflexes will not serve you well
Not
here.
on my watch. Tiger
Plasma
flame.
shock!
Healing flame of fury.
Searing Gale!
Water, hear my call.
Plasma shock!
Bread.
It's too fast!
Stand
I
back.
owe you one.
I'll trip it up.
Going in.
Discharge!
Rising Wyvern! Rising Phoenix!
Rending you
I'm all
apart!
sucked up.
Plasma shock!
Annihilation.
Now we're not...
Mega ray.
Take this! Anything in armor is all mine! Far enough!
Plasma shock!
I'm ready!
Looks like we won.
Let's dispose of the trash.
Plasma shock!
Now you see what I can do!
This one's all mine! Plasma shock!
It's a duel of the arts.
I'll face you!
You picked the wrong fight!
Flying free!
What did they just sit still?
Seal, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done. Do it.
Plasma shock!
Heal! Thanks! The enemy wields
Searing
armor too!
Gale!
We'll soon see about that.
Plasma shock!
Here's the evil.
Resonate with the earth!
Plasma
Stalagmite!
shock!
Scream bathed in blood,
Searing Gale!
rending you apart!
Our work is done here. Let's move.
I'm right behind you, Shion.
What do you say we check back in on the ranch?
You can never be too prepared. But did we have to spend so much? It's important to get your rest. Looks perfect.
Kisara, let's talk for a bit.
Sorry for rambling on so much about my past earlier.
Don't sweat it. It was fun hearing you reminisce about the good old days.
Come on, you don't have to pretend with me. I know I can tend to go on sometimes, when it comes to my brother.
You said it, not me. Anyway, I don't think it's something for you to be embarrassed about.
Hey, Alphen. When you were a kid, was there ever a time when you had to bury someone younger than you?
Well, it's hard to say. I'm guessing that you have, though.
Yeah. During the previous crown contest, with the Lord before Dohalim. Life back then was truly hell. I think that's why I tried to ignore what Miguel was telling me for so long. Because I was afraid of going back to such a dark time. Of losing hope. I wanted to believe in our paradise so much that I doubted the one person I should have trusted most. I don't blame blame Dohalim for that. I simply didn't want to face facts. And I ended up trying to project my ideals onto everyone else.
It's strange. Whenever you and Dohalim talk about Menancia, it's always like it's some big failure. We're talking about fixing 300 years worth of damage here. Isn't it a bit optimistic to think it was all going to be resolved after only 5?
You might be right. Maybe it was a mistake when Menancia... No. When I decided to stop seeing the darkness in our society. I have to admit the truth. To myself, first of all. See you tomorrow. Before we go, do you guys have everything?
dispose of the trash.
In a bind.
Plasma shock!
Look shot.
Lunar Collective!
Resonate with the
Gale!
air.
Put them
Rising
live.
Wyvern! Rising Falcon!
This one's mine.
Plasma shock!
Look shot.
Take Glacial Spear.
Make it
Here's
rain!
evil.
Chill!
This ends now.
Consider yourself finished!
A comfortable win.
Out of our
Grant
way.
me the strength to march on.
I never miss.
Lion Head.
Denied.
Don't suffer in silence.
Plasma shock!
Searing flame. Tiger Where are you going?
Make it rain,
Who
Gale!
wants to die next?
I'll smash you. I'll face you.
Plasma shock!
Hear my call. Arch Steel. This one's
Rising Wyvern! Rising Falcon!
An astral arts?
That's my cue.
Shut him down!
Not in your dreams.
Plasma shock!
Shield and
Soda!
Help this.
elusive deity. Let's refrain from losing.
You sense one of your pals, Hootle?
I see plenty of ruins around here, too. Must have been a big town bustling with people back in the day.
For Crown Contest participants, places such as these are but vectors for the astral energy they pursue. Similar to that windmill, for instance. Let's see what you've got.
None shall escape my
Lion
judgment.
Eater!
Wanna snake wait?
Flash!
Ray!
Prepare to be
Infernal
free!
Torrent!
The Tempest can't get out of this!
Plasma shock!
Aw, too shy to come over? Healing
Healing Gale!
help.
I'm in your debt.
Plasma shock!
Appreciate the help.
Too fast!
Stand back! I'll trip it up.
Rising Wyvern!
Ready and ready!
Siren Instant!
Carve through
I'm
armor!
all stuffed up. This one's mine.
Piercing roar!
Denied.
Searing Gale! Not today!
Do it.
I'll fix it! Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis.
I've been doing really great lately.
An opponent like this should be easy. Rising Phoenix! Plasma shock!
It's like trying to keep up with a wolf. Here goes. Trailblazer.
Searing Gale!
Regenerate!
Here's evil. Freeze
Can't get out of this!
Plasma shock!
Allow me to help you.
Time to shine.
Searing Gale! We did it! Plasma
I'm
shock!
ready!
Kigara, go for it.
Prepare to crumble!
Everybody okay?
We're all right, Alphen.
You're saying we should check the Owl Forest? I won't forgive you!
Rising Wyvern!
Going in!
Take this!
How about this?
Plasma shock!
Searing Flame!
Leave the agile ones to me.
Elusive deity! Plasma shock!
Can you take it?
Here's the healing art.
Flying freeze! What can they
Still!
Sia, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done! This
Fearing
now!
I'm ready!
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclops! Stardust! Make you the abyssal shield!
Legion snarling to me.
Yeah! And bubbling to me!
I'm ready for the next battle!
Do you think this is one of the places where the Dark Wings and Almeidrea fought?
I wouldn't be so sure. This place appears more ravaged by time than combat. Even if there are signs of destruction, it would likely have taken place during the Great Conquest of 300 years prior.
And ever since, it's been a breeding ground for Zeugles, I guess.
Seriously? Is this a joke?
Denied! Pierce evil!
Lionheart!
This one's mine!
Searing Gale!
Lancer!
In a bind?
Plasma shock!
Glacial Spear! Pierce evil!
Resonate with the earth!
Not on my watch!
Pesky airborne scoundrels.
Sounds like a job for yours truly!
Searing Gale!
Where are you going?
Plasma shock!
Shield!
Searing Gale!
Burning Touch! Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
Grant me the strength to march on! Burn in hell!
Glacial Spear! Pierce evil!
Piercing roar! Searing Gale!
I never miss! This
I'm
one's
ready!
mine!
Raging Lunar
Searing
Sword!
Flame!
We got flyers!
I've got this! Let him march
New
and handle
melody!
it!
Searing
All yours!
Where are you going?
Plasma shock!
Psychic!
Searing Gale!
I'm ready! Lock! Get toasty!
Burn strike!
Here I go! That's it! Seems about right to me. I won't forgive you!
Not today!
No arms are being interrupted.
Elusive deity!
It curls up. Time to get out of the way.
Denied! Here's a healing arc!
This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for.
It's almost
Get
too
behind
strong.
me.
Done! I'll leave it to you!
Here's the Eve, this one's mine!
Ready and raring!
Cyan Instant!
Armor won't save you!
Lunar Blast!
Allow me to...
Going in. One more.
Begin!
Tiger Blade!
Rising One! Rising Phoenix! Eagle Ray! Plasma Shock! Searing Gale! Catapult! Plasma Shock!
Freezing Storm!
Searing Gale!
Ice Tornado!
Small, but a victory nonetheless.
We have a long way yet to go.
There's a nice breeze here. Reel it in. That was disappointing. I've got something. I'll get you next time. Reel it in. I'll get you next time. Time to try a different spot.
Hey, what do you think about that spot?
Good idea. I'll go for that one.
I hope we catch something decent.
Indeed. Hungry bellies are counting on this. All right. I'll get you next time. I've got a good feeling about this one. Dagnabbit! It got away. We've got a lively one. You've got to know when to quit. All right. Good fishers always keep their cool. We should be able to cook here. I hope we manage to catch Almeidrea soon.
I hope so too, before she can cause any more havoc.
You okay, Rinwell?
Oh, yeah.
Don't push yourself too hard now, okay?
Okay. Thanks. Oh, Hootle. I don't know what to do.
I'll see you again tomorrow. All right, guys. Ready to go?
A dead end?
No, there's an elevator. Looks operational.
I can't believe there's actually an underground harbor here. There are even boats docked.
I only see Danans. Think they were forced to work here?
Probably. Let's see what they have to share about Almadria. You didn't happen to see a lord come by, did you?
Sorry, friend, but she just left. Came by with a whole posse of underlings, boarded her ship, and took off at first wind. We damn near got blown away. She was that much in a hurry.
Damn! So we missed her!
You guys trying to go after her? Need a ride?
Are you saying you know how to steer a ship?
Spent most of my life chained to the deck of some ship or other. Yeah, I know my jib from my boom.
We don't know how dangerous it'll be. Better you give us the boat and stay on solid ground.
Whoa there! You been out on the water before? The sea ain't nobody's friend, you know. You need a sea dog like me or you'll sink her before she makes it out the harbor.
We're losing time. Sir, we're in your debt.
Now that's more like it. Name's Mahavar. Just give me a holler when you're all set and we'll set sail. This is like a dream come true. Never gotten to captain a ship before. Never would have thought I'd get a chance like this. Thank you, y'all.
The pleasure's all ours. Think we'll catch up to her?
Of course we will. They got too much weight on them. Meanwhile, this ship's carrying nothing but us salty scalawags. They got a good head start on us, but we can take them.
Do you know if there are any Danans on that ship?
Couldn't say for sure. On the one hand, seeing as it's supposed to be something of another castle, I'd reckon they probably wouldn't let a bunch of Danans on board. On the other hand, I'd be real surprised if the Renans were able to pilot that thing all by themselves. In any case, it's gonna be a while before we reach her. Till then, you're all free to do whatever. Just don't fall in the ocean.
I know Mahavar said we could take it easy, but there's not exactly a lot to do on this boat. I guess I'll check in on everyone and see how they're holding up.
I took a look around inside the ship just in case, but I didn't find anything that looked like it might be suspicious.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
You know, it wasn't until I left Calaglia that I finally realized just how big the world is.
When we tore down the wall in Calaglia, and I could finally see the horizon in the far-off distance, I had the exact same thought.
Yeah, somehow the sea is different though. I'm not sure just how to put it. It's almost as if it just goes on forever. I bet my old man would have been blown away by this view.
Yeah.
Ever since he died, I've been thinking about what it was that he was really trying to say to me at the end. I keep going over his words again and again. And heck, maybe I'm just overthinking it all. But still, sometimes I wonder if it could have turned out differently. If there was something I could have done. But no matter how much I play it back, I'm still no closer to finding any answers. And then there's everything with Rinwell. I stopped her from killing Almeidrea, but was that really the right thing to do? Or did I just end up making things harder for her? I feel like such a screw-up.
You're not the only one. I keep asking myself what Zephyr would have done had he been here. Like I think, how would Zephyr have handled Rinwell?
Yeah, I think he definitely would have stopped her. No doubt about it.
And that's exactly what you did, Law. I think he'd be really proud of you.
Alphen.
Zephyr's not the worst yardstick to measure ourselves against. Let's both do our best to make him proud.
Sounds like a deal. Thanks, Alphen.
Hold that pose long enough and someone might just come along and paint you.
Any artist who'd see fit to paint me needs their eyes tested.
What can you tell me about Almeidrea?
Not as much as you'd probably wish. I only ended up crossing paths with her a handful of times, after I was chosen to be a lord on Lenegis.
Ah, right. I almost forgot about Lenegis. How much do you think they know about what's been going on down here?
It's safe to assume they know everything, though I know not why they choose to remain uninvolved. Perhaps they see what's been happening as just part of the ongoing crown contest.
Even what Almeidrea did? Has it really reached the point where her actions are seen as normal?
Not to my knowledge, no. At its core, the crown contest is a competition to see who can amass the most astral energy. And to amass such energy, slaves are needed to collect it from. It's therefore against the Lord's interest to kill them.
So then why would Almeidrea do something like that?
We must remember that time is running out in the crown contest. Perhaps her hand was forced, so to speak. It is a way to accrue astral energy faster and in larger quantities than through slave labor. Doing so kills off that labor force, obviously, but it is a means to an end nonetheless. No one could have foreseen that something like the Hollowing would arise back when the contest was first conceived.
Is becoming the Sovereign of Rena really that important to the Lords?
Of course. It's the greatest prize one can attain in their eyes. In that respect, at least, I'm really not that surprised that Almeidrea resorted to what she did, as utterly despicable as it is.
It's reassuring to hear you feel the same way I do.
I worry that the only reason I never did anything similar in Menancia was due to my lack of ambition.
If you didn't want to be reminded of your past, you could have just plugged your ears.
You think too highly of me. I'm afraid I must respectfully disagree. I'm not nearly as virtuous of a person as you might wish to believe.
If that's so, would you have been so shaken up when Kisara lost her brother? Why else would you turn your back on your own kind and choose to fight for Miguel's dream? Aren't we just Danans?
A curious choice of words. Did what you see in Mahag Saar hit you that hard?
What Deadheim did to that city, he didn't liberate anyone. Anyone who refused to follow him was an enemy in his eyes. 300 years of Renan rule taught him nothing.
What I have come to understand is that the conflict extends beyond Danan versus Renan. There is an internal quarrel as well. I mean to bring about a true, lasting coexistence in Menancia. But there are more walls we must topple first.
And you don't think you can pull it off?
Well, you seem to think you can, at least.
Does that make us enemies?
Insofar as an exchange of swordplay, no, it doesn't.
Not good enough for you?
Are you really... Forgive me. I will continue to fight by your side a while longer. That much I have decided.
look so good. You alright?
The floor. It keeps moving. How can you stand it? How can you even stand?
I'm not the best person to ask about discomfort. I can't feel pain, remember?
I still can't believe what happened in Niez. Even now. As a lord, my expectations for Almeidrea were already pretty low. But the way she treated human lives like they're mere playthings.
Yeah. And it wasn't as if the situation in Niez was improving much to begin with.
You mean Deadheim?
The whole reason I started fighting back was because of my anger at the atrocities of Renan rule. Back then, all I had to worry about was fighting the Renans for the sake of the Dahnans. But then I met Shion and the people of Menancia, and things became a lot more complicated. It's even messier now that we have to worry about Dahnans like Deadheim.
It used to be that the Dahnans were the ones in the right, and the Renans were the ones in the wrong. Though, maybe that was just a biased perspective from being on the side of the oppressed.
Exactly. I'll never tolerate the Renans ruling over us. But nothing ever ends up being as black and white as you'd expect it to be either. That's clear to me now.
That said, even putting aside bad apples like Deadheim for a moment, you may be able to free the Dahnan people, but that won't undo 300 years of oppression. It'll be hard for them to not give in to their resentment. I think maybe that's why I clung to our dream so hard back in Menancia.
Even if his motivations weren't pure, Dohalim has a good heart. He didn't sink to the depths Almeidrea did.
You don't understand. I'm saying that it goes deeper than that. This hierarchy we live in, it's not solely something the Renans invented. I remember a story Rinwell once told me. She said before the Renans invaded, we Dahnans had our own class system. We are the ones who divided ourselves. I saw it in Deadheim's eyes. He wanted to rule over others.
To hear Beifong tell it, Deadheim wasn't always that way.
But as time went on, and he and the Darkwings fought the Renans, he eventually changed. I guess what I'm getting at is, if we defeat the Renans but just go back to the way things were before, was there even any point in fighting?
But that world isn't the one you want to create, right?
Maybe not. But to tell you the truth, these days I'm not so sure that dream is even possible.
You have your promise to Miguel, though. Your home and the people of Menancia are depending on you.
I know. My brother. He truly believed in his dream of coexistence. And I suppose, even now, many people still do. And then, there's you.
Who, me?
You and Shion.
I'm not sure I follow.
Okay, then let me spell it out for you. How many other Renans and Dahnans do you know that get on as spectacularly as the two of you?
I don't know that I'd say spectacularly.
Well, I suppose it's really all a matter of how you look at it, isn't it?
I really don't see what you're getting.
I think I'm getting seasick again. Sorry. Can you just give me a wide berth for a few minutes?
Do you think Law is okay?
If you're worried, why don't you ask him yourself?
Yeah. I think maybe I should apologize to him too. I should apologize to all of you, really.
Us too?
Well, I was kinda lying to you all this whole time. I was blind to everything except my own revenge. I never even considered the struggles all of you might be facing.
We all have things we'd prefer to keep to ourselves, Rinwell. So what if you had something to hide? It doesn't undo the good that you've done, or the people that you've helped save along the way.
But that's not what I mean.
I know. You're talking about Almeidrea, right?
Yeah. I hate her, Alphen. I can't stop hating her. Even just thinking about her makes my head feel like it's going to explode. But it's not just her. I think about the way Law looked at me. I hated the Lord who killed my parents. And I hated the Renans I had to travel alongside. And yet, Cyslodia's Dahnans backstab each other like it's a normal way of life. And Mahag Saar has people like Deadeye. But then there are people like Law and Xion. It's all just too much. I don't know what to think anymore.
Law never said that you had to forgive Almeidrea. It's only natural you would hate your family's murderer. But
what?
Law left home because of how much he hated his father. As a result of that, well, I think Law spent a lot of time thinking about how they never got to make things right. And if I had to guess, killing Ganabel didn't make any of those feelings go away. Law let revenge fuel him, and I think now he's afraid you'll do something you'll regret.
Afraid?
Whatever happens to Almeidrea when this is all over is up to you. I'll respect whatever choice you make. Just think it over carefully for me, okay? You still have time.
Okay. Thanks, Alphen. Say, back then, after the fight, I think I really made Xion mad. I don't know, though. Maybe it just looked that way. But I guess I just can't seem to understand how she feels. Do you know why she gets like that?
Xion's... She can be a tough nut to crack. She doesn't really talk a whole lot about herself.
It's just what she said about hate being a source of strength. Where did that come from? I wonder how it feels, not being able to hold another person's hand.
Lean much further, you'll go overboard. Keeping an eye out for Almeidrea's ship?
I'm looking at the ocean.
The ocean?
Yeah. The waves. They help me think. This world is filled with natural wonders. The icy air and white peaks of Cyslodia, the lush green glades of Menancia, the harsh wastes of Calaglia. But Menancia has its Lake of Death, and Nias its ruins. And they wouldn't be there if it weren't for that contest.
Say we actually manage to put a stop to the crown contest for good. What do you think will happen between the Dahnans and the Renans then?
You first.
Well, I want to believe that the coexistence we saw in Menancia can happen elsewhere, too. It's insane for all of us to keep fighting. If Menancia can do it, so can everyone else.
Yeah, I think that would be good too. A world where everyone can get along. At least, that's what I've come to believe.
You sure have changed.
I can't lie to you. Since I was young, I've looked down on the Dahnans too. But I've seen a lot. And I see things differently now. I've seen so many ugly and terrible things in this world. And yet, they didn't come from just the Dahnans. And the good things too. They didn't come from just the Renans. Kindness and cruelty exist on both sides. A person's race doesn't factor into it. So, I guess you're right after all, Alphen. I have changed. You know, I've never actually touched another person like this.
Shionne.
Ever since I was on Lenegis, I've always been alone. Even after I came to Dahna. Always.
And now?
Do you still not remember your past?
No. Sometimes it feels like I can almost remember. But then this mask stops me.
The mask keeps you from remembering why you have the mask in the first place. It's a little ironic, isn't it?
A little. Well, it won't be long now before you're rid of those thorns, you know? Only 2 lords remain. And once you have their master course, you'll be able to create the Renis Alma, right? Then you can... Shionne?
Sorry, it's nothing. Promise. You're right, though. It'll all be over soon. I never could have made it this far on my own. I have everyone to thank for that. Including... especially you, Alphen.
Don't worry about it. We're friends, after all.
Yeah, we are.
Wonder how much longer it's going to be before we catch up to Almeidrea. I'll ask Mahavar.
Look who's up! Good timing. We're closing in on her stern as we speak.
That's the ship? She's huge. Law, go gather the others, will you? Think you'll be able to flank them without getting spotted?
Yeah, with the fog as our ally, I think I might just pull it off. Long as we ain't too noisy, we should be okay.
What'll you do if they catch on to us?
Not much I can do. Ship that size, they'll probably blow us to bits before we ready cannons.
Persistent little things. Evidently, I shouldn't have spared the wretched vermin. Hungry already, my dear? Worry not, for you shall have plenty to feast upon shortly.
Perfect. You managed to get us right up beside them.
I'll stay with the ship so we can leave as soon as you're done.
Good. Then let's find Almadria.
Shion, I want to thank you.
What brought this on?
What you said helped to calm me.
Don't mention it.
Now that's what I call a ship!
Yeah. The biggest one in all of Mahag-Sar. So big that it took years to construct.
For all we know, Kelselik may well have been smuggling materials to help build it. In which case it would be yet another mistake on my part.
We don't know that she was only getting materials from Menancia.
You think it's possible that they might have come from elsewhere too? Yeah, I guess I could see it.
But what do you think Almadria plans to do from here on out, now that she's abandoned her realm and sailed out to sea?
She'll be filling her coffers with gold, most likely. Then she'll sit back and enjoy the show as the other lords duke it out. Or something to that effect, at least.
I wouldn't put it past her.
She's strong, yet shrewd, and will stoop to any low. A dangerous one indeed.
She's not the first, and she won't be the last. This is a lord we're talking about, remember?
Sounds like you've made up your mind already.
There was never anything to decide. No one who can smile like that while doing what she did deserves to roam free.
Yeah, you're right.
This might not be the best time, but if you have a minute... That mask of yours, it was shattered by a blow from Balsef when you fought back in Calaglia, correct?
Yeah, thanks for the reminder. I thought it was a goner.
Balsef's brute strength was in a league all its own, yet half the mask remains. It's remarkably durable. Too durable to be Dahnan in origin.
Shion said the same thing. As if the fact I was wearing it meant there had to be more to me than met the eye.
You recalled your name when the mask broke, I hear.
Yeah, that's right. Although to tell you the truth, I'm a little scared what might happen when I lose the remaining half. Then again, the idea of not doing something because I'm afraid scares me even more. That's why I go on fighting.
Only he who first faces the night catches a glimpse of the dawn.
Come again?
It's nothing. Forget I said anything. Coming through!
Bring them down! Lion! Fire support! Tiger Blade! One for the race! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
A comfortable win. Courteous, aren't you?
I see one, eh?
I can handle it!
I'm going in! Searing Gale! Gale! Fire support! Out of the way!
Strong!
Split it open!
Be my guest!
Where are you going? Bestow thy mystic mirth no further!
Lunar Connection!
Searing Gale!
By the power
Resonate
of
with the earth!
You picked the wrong fight!
Target Blade!
Let's go!
I'll heal you all!
Bloody howling!
Healing Circle! Tiger Blade!
Searing Gale!
Make it rain! Astral Energy!
Say no more.
I'm practically unstoppable.
Got it! That went well.
Are you okay? You're not too tired, are you?
Nope, I'm fine. Let's keep moving. I won't forgive you! Falling Sword! Tiger Blade!
Plasma Shock!
Lightning! Ready! Not in your dreams! Tiger Blade!
Resonate with the earth! It's go time! I'll smash you! Plasma Shock!
Where are you going?
I owe you one for that!
Damn it! Too back! Stand back!
Searing Gale!
Torn up!
Does it hurt?
I feel sprightlier than before.
What's this thing?
Forgive you!
Plasma Shock! Oh my lord! I owe you one. Plasma Shock! Mow him down!
You think that shield will save you?
Plasma Shock! Can't get out of this! Searing Gale! Plasma Shock! Fire support! Rising Wyvern! Rising Phoenix! Raging
Astral Energy!
Say no more. Hey, I'm pretty lucky.
Let's see what you've got.
Plasma Shock! Going now! Searing Gale! Plasma Shock!
Tiger Blade!
Take down their defense! We're not finished! Searing Gale!
Never miss!
Raging
Do it!
Storm!
Astral Energy!
Say no more. They've really got us on the ropes.
Don't forget to heal your wounds.
Discourteous, aren't you?
Now you'll learn! Plasma shock!
Searing flame! Take me home!
I won't show you any mercy! You got spirit! Shock! Plasma shock! I'll grind you into dust! Searing gale!
Shine! Radiant light!
Take this!
Regeneration! Regenerate!
Tiger blade!
Don't suffer in
Lion
silence.
howl! Here it goes!
Plasma shock!
Negative discharge! Naked
Searing
ray!
gale!
Kizaru! Go for it! Prepare to crumble!
Hey, I'm pretty lucky.
Coming through!
Plasma shock!
Going in! Take it! Here's a healing art!
Plasma shock!
Gale! You're on!
So much for talking it out!
Searing gale!
This one's mine!
If it's in the sky, it's mine!
The enemy lives on too!
You'll soon see they'll never miss!
Searing gale!
You're doing
We
it!
did it! Plasma
Take
shock!
this!
Lunar blast!
Searing gale!
Look sharp! Naked ray!
Look sharp! Lightning tiger blade!
Small, but a victory nonetheless.
We have a long way yet to go.
Let's see what you've got.
Shattering This one's mine! Burning! Hear my call! I'm the true gunslinger around here!
Got you now! Plasma shock!
Radiant light!
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Here's a healing art! Falling Stormade! Thunder touch! Appreciate
Searing
that!
gale!
I can
Carve through them! This one's on
Falling Storm!
Searing gale!
Tiger blade! Lion howl!
Burn!
Resonate with the earth!
Plasma shock!
Take my ground and pound! I'm ready!
Searing gale!
Piercing roar!
This one's mine!
Plasma shock!
Activity!
Not a
Searing gale!
Not on my watch!
I'll teach you
Power Tiger blade!
An astral voice?
That's my cue!
Hear my call!
Shut him down!
Rising Wyvern!
Tiger blade!
Rising Phoenix!
Plasma
shock!
First aid!
I owe you one.
Searing gale!
Diamond instant!
Plasma shock!
Elusive deity!
Do it!
Remote!
Astral energy!
Say no more.
Everyone hanging in there?
Never seen anything like it.
It's an authentication key. They're quite common.
Maybe where you're from. This is new to me.
It might go in an elevator somewhere. We should test it out.
Dispose of the trash. Anything normal is all mine. Hear my call. Nothing gets by me. Glacial spear. Here's the light.
Burn in hell!
Freeze lantern guard.
Rising Wyvern!
This one's mine. Here's the healing art.
I'm ready!
Falling
Kill!
storm.
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
really got us on the ropes.
Don't forget to heal your wounds.
These don't seem like your run-of-the-mill Zeugles the Renans usually keep around.
Indeed. I believe it's safe to assume these were used in her experiments.
They certainly look as twisted as her.
Even here.
I remember seeing instruments just like this back in Escaliva Forest.
It looks and smells like some kind of medicine.
Whatever this place was used for, I doubt it was anything of repute.
Never miss!
Feeling Gale!
Confiscated!
I can read your moves like a book.
The rebels! Stop that!
Blind freak! How can they just sit still?
Sia, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done!
Begin!
It's Split it open!
Be my guest!
Do it!
The enemy wields Arch too.
We'll soon see about that! By the power of
See what I can do!
Demon here! This one's mine! Switch flame of fury!
Shine!
Burning!
Radiant light!
Glacial shield! Regeneration! On guard!
It shows I will
Die!
Judgment Glacial spear! Piercing
Rising Warrior! Rising Phoenix!
Denied!
Slap the shot!
Ready! Escape
On your knees! Soda! This one's all mine!
Bloody Wait!
Eat dirt! You won't make a fool of me! Slap the shot!
Take this!
Bloody howling! Searing Gale! We did it! Slap the shot!
Burning strike! Glacial
Tiger
shield!
Searing
Do it!
Gale!
First! Astral energy! Full throttle!
Hey, I'm pretty lucky.
Here you go!
Let me help.
Slap the shot!
This one's mine!
A debut performance.
This one's mine!
Hurricane Thrust!
Lightning! I never miss!
Slap the
Make it
shot!
red! Don't leave! This one's got your name on it!
Action to action.
Start
Here
up!
I go! It's over!
An astral arts?
That's my cue!
Shut him down.
Freezing storm!
You picked the wrong fight!
I'll smack you! Ice tornado!
Elusive deity. I can't get out of this.
Slap the
Glacial
shot!
spear! Pierce evil!
Slap the shot!
Freeze blazer!
Benediction light.
Searing Gale!
Who wants to die next?
Denied.
Slap the shot!
Well then, let's keep moving. Forgive you! Here goes!
You got knocked!
Lion.
Slap the shot!
Here I come!
It's on!
Too late to talk over our death.
It's finished! Eat dirt!
Burning strike!
I owe you one! Plasma shot!
On guard! Red! Igneous!
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Water! Here's
How
my
about
call!
this? Can you take it?
Plasma shot!
Blood, rending you apart.
Searing gale!
Lunar corruption!
Resonate with the
Rising
earth.
Tiger blade!
Rising Phoenix!
Ready and ready. No art being
Here's a
interrupted.
healing arc! Falling storm!
Raging
First aid!
Lunar Sword.
Lunar corruption! Ground and
Begin. Armor won't save you. You'll find no mercy.
Plasma shot!
Here's a healing arc!
Tiger blade. Elusive deity.
It's in the sky, it's mine!
Hitting
Where are you going?
Plasma shot!
Behold, the Earth's hope. Tectonic vision.
I'll heal
I'll
you all!
thank you no further.
Ready to go! Healing circle! Powered up! Thanks, Xion. Water, hear my call! Red!
Charge myself can easily
You picked the wrong fight!
Just as well, I'm here to stop. Here's evil!
Try this!
Shield and turtle
Elusive deity.
Not on my watch!
Rotating pile driver. I can't take much more.
Searing gale!
Tiger blade!
I owe you one!
Now you've gone and ticked me off!
He who
Plasma
prepares
shot!
is free from regret.
Igneous discharge!
Searing gale!
Raging lunar sword.
Rising wyvern! Rising...
I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare the Malisa! Will this moment sting?
Rising wyvern! Rising sun!
It's go time! Here it goes! It's over! Flaming meteor! It's in the sky, it's mine!
Stay away from my friend!
I never miss! How about this?
Now you see what I can do!
Do it!
Still!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
That'll teach me a lesson about running my mouth.
Don't move. We'll get you healed up.
And thus our strength yet grows.
Do you sense one of your friends, Hoodle?
What is that huge flower-looking thing up there? Is that the ship's engine?
Indubitably. As one might expect, large ships require large engines in order to sail.
And if we destroyed it?
We might well sink the ship. Who knows if we would be able to escape before that happens.
Almeidria sure has been busy since the contest began.
This isn't Almeidria's doing.
You mean she didn't build this?
The body, yes. However, my guess is that the engine comes from a starship.
A starship? As in one of those vessels used to go to and from Lenegis?
Correct. The technology employed on Lenegis and in starships is more advanced than anything in our daily lives. Almeidria may be resourceful, but she could never produce an engine like this on her own.
You mean to tell me we've got even bigger enemies waiting for us up in the sky? My head hurts just thinking about it.
Don't worry about that for now. Just focus on taking care of Almeidria. What's this thing?
Bring him down!
Not on my watch! Burning!
Its armor's too strong.
Then I'll split it open!
Be my guest.
Here goes!
Fearing Gale! Plasma shock!
Do it! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished.
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
Seriously? Is this a joke?
Now you'll learn! Fearing Gale! No further! Plasma shock!
Here's a healing. They really don't give up, do they?
Fearing Gale! Plasma shock!
Calamity!
Rising Wyvern!
Gemini Ultra!
Too fast!
Stand back! I'll trip it up!
Let me see what I can
I'm
do!
ready!
Astral energy! Full throttle! Ground and pound! This one's mine! 20 left!
Fearing Gale!
Shine! Radiant light! Force of
Distance!
Ignite!
I can't heal you forever! Mega Ray! Arch Seal! Annihilation!
Fearing Gale!
Mega Ray! Not on my watch! On guard!
Elusive deity!
Nothing gets by me!
Fearing
Guard
Gale!
up! Do it!
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Stardust!
On guard! You apart! Bloody on guard! None shall escape my judgment light!
Plasma shock!
My exploits are bearing fruit. Let's see what you've got.
Plasma shock! My lord! Plasma shock!
Tiger Blade! First!
Fearing Gale!
Tell me, have you ever considered your purpose in life?
Shattering Healing
Take
Circle!
this!
Tiger Blade!
Plasma shock!
Going in! None shall escape my judgment!
Fearing Gale!
Armor won't save you! Make it rain! Lock! Get toasty!
Bird strike!
We're not finished! This one's mine!
Elusive
deity! This one's mine!
I'm ready! Remove!
Astral energy!
Say no more.
Everyone hanging in there?
You're saying we should check the Owl Forest?
Seriously? Is this a joke?
The rebel! Not today!
Lionheart! Confiscated!
Plasma shock!
Gemini Ultra! Tiger Blade! Lock! Get toasty!
Bird strike!
Bestow thy mystic
Freezing storm! Here!
Very circle!
Stardust! On your knees!
Gemini Ultra! Mega
Fearing
Ray!
Gale!
Far enough!
In a bind?
This one's mine!
Ready and
Play
ready!
an instant!
Begin!
Here we go! Fury!
Demons descend! Flashing fang!
An astral art?
That's my cue.
Shut him down.
I can carve through armor!
Fearing Gale!
Clear for us a path!
Where are you going?
Plasma shock!
Come back!
Fearing Gale!
Lion
Plasma
Ice
shock!
Tornado!
Benediction light.
Fearing Gale!
Lightning! Arc Shield! Lightning! Confiscated! Downfall! Going in! Hook shot!
This one's all mine!
Searing flame! Relax! I'm out! On guard! I don't have much luck! One searing gale! Piercing far enough!
Rending you apart! Bloody howling!
On your side!
Searing gale!
We won.
Get lost!
Going in! I owe you one! Searing gale!
Water! Here
Let's lift up!
shield from calamity! Spear! Piercing bolt! Piercing roar! Blade Lancer!
Take this! Searing gale!
Where are you going? This one's mine!
Resonate with the earth!
Jasmine Spin!
Stalagmite!
Searing flame! Do it!
Searing gale!
This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes!
Hey! Poodle's quivering! I think we're about to be real lucky!
Here's the healing art!
Slap the shock! Burn!
First aid!
Lion Slap the shock!
Falling storm!
Confiscated!
Rising
Shield from
calamity!
Scoundrels!
No one has died for you, truly!
The enemy wields arms.
He's on! Go for it! Prepare to crumble!
Slap the shock! Searing gale!
Here's a healing art!
Rising light! Rising spell! Damn it, Bennett! Rising phoenix! Rending you apart!
Denied!
No further! Slap the shock! Chill!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
I'm practically unstoppable.
Seriously? Is this a joke?
Engaging! Slap the shock!
Mega Ray!
Searing gale!
This one's mine!
Slap the shock! Searing gale!
Poison blade! Here's a healing art! First aid!
Slap the shock!
I've been doing really great lately.
you now!
On guard!
A wall of shield from
You picked the wrong fight!
Tiger
Wide
Blade!
open!
You think you can escape me?
Do it!
Remember!
Astral energy!
Say no more.
Blast the shot!
Cyan instant!
Tiger Blade!
Demon Gale!
Leave the charge to me!
Pile driver! Blast the shot!
A freezing storm!
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Glacial spear! Pierce evil!
Come down!
In a bind?
Ha! Burn!
Falling storm! Powered up!
Blast the shot!
Healing
I'll
shield!
keep
I
you
never
right
miss!
back.
Falling
Resonate
storm!
with the earth!
Searing Gale!
Tiger
Not
Blade!
on my watch!
Blast
This one's got your name on it!
Ash to ash!
the shot!
Can you take it?
Shot!
Pile driver!
Round and pound!
Stand away!
I owe you one for that! I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare the Malachor!
Begin!
Going in!
Rising Wyvern!
Freezing
Rising
storm!
Phoenix! Blast the shot! This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for! Get behind me!
Got it!
I'm taking
Leave
a
it to you!
collapse damage!
You picked the wrong fight!
All right, that does it!
Tiger Blade!
Inferno Turret!
Idiot! Discharge!
Blast the shot!
Healing circle!
Can't get out of this!
Stunner!
I can only rely on myself.
Appreciate the help!
Where are you going?
Blast the shot!
Powered up!
Not in your dreams! There!
Show that mystic mercy!
Round and pound!
Take this!
I don't feel so hard.
You should sit this one out.
And miss all the fun? No way.
Here, let me help.
Is this it? I couldn't make it in time.
I'll bring you back from death's abyss.
From beyond, imbued it.
This one's mine! This one's mine!
It's over! Lightning!
Not done yet!
I can carve through armor!
Lunar corruption!
Falling storm!
Do it!
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade!
That'll teach us for getting cocky. She sure spared no expense on her castle.
This must be...
The captain's quarters. The presence of the spirit vessel and the sheer extravagance on display can leave no doubt.
There's no one here.
Yeah, but I doubt she's out for a moonlight stroll. You think she jumped ship and ran away again?
I doubt it. The conniving witch is probably up to something.
Agreed. In any case, as long as she hasn't suddenly sprouted wings, she has to be somewhere on the ship. Let's keep looking.
What's wrong, sweetie? Is something scaring you?
Maybe he just doesn't like being in her room.
I think there's more to it than that. What could it be?
The way this key's been placed, it's like she's daring us to come find her.
Yeah, like it's all some damn game to her.
this the ship's cargo? What a pain. I can't see anything past all this stuff.
Be on your guard. For all we know, there could be something hiding around here.
I'll do my best!
You got spirit!
Being interrupted.
Searing gale!
Barrier! Here's
This
my
one's
call!
all mine!
Tiger
Rising
Blade!
Phoenix!
Here's evil! Where are you going? Here goes!
Fairy circle!
Confiscate!
Rising Falcon! Plasma shock!
Resonate with the earth.
Its armor's too strong.
Split it open!
Be my guest! You picked no further!
I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare the Malisa! Switch to
We're not finished!
That's my cue!
Do it!
Shut him down! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Small, but a victory nonetheless.
We have a long way yet to go. What's this thing?
Denied!
Lion!
Reload!
Plasma shock!
A wall.
Now you see what I can do! Searing flames! Reload! Time to shine! Spear!
Searing
Freeze laser!
The enemy wields arts too.
You'll soon see about that!
I never miss! Blazing meteor!
Being interrupted.
Into the shadows!
You're mine!
Locked and loaded!
Fire support! Left pistol!
Locked and loaded!
Dohalim!
Light burst forth.
Radiant Citizen!
Hear me, flee! Here, let me help!
Here's evil!
I'm gone!
Air pressure.
Not today!
Here, let me help! Tiger Blade!
Plasma shock!
Piercing roar!
Take this.
Not on my watch!
Rising
Resonate
Falcon!
with the earth.
Astral Energy!
Say no more.
Hey! Poodle's quivering! I think we're about to be real lucky!
Way!
Strength to march on.
Far enough!
In a bind.
Plasma shock!
I'll shoot them out of the sky!
Searing gale!
From calamity. I can carve through.
Aim for the weak
Barrier.
spot! Stop! Plasma
You
shock!
all! Is it in this one?
Searing gale!
This one's mine!
Deity.
Here goes!
Fading
Fire
fire.
healing art! First aid!
Can you take it?
Storm!
Does it hurt?
Annihilation shot!
Drops you.
Burn!
On your knees.
Unguard!
Blade!
Crumble!
Try this!
Air pressure.
Plasma shock!
Desperate spin!
It's weakened!
This way! Now! Rising Falcon! Plasma shock!
Glacier spear! Here's the eagle!
Searing gale!
Shock!
Plasma shock!
Resonate with the earth.
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
If it's in the sky, it's mine! Water snake, wake! Nothing gets by me!
Searing gale!
Tiger blade, far enough!
Catapult! It's on!
This one's mine!
Plasma shock!
You require a hand.
Burn in hell!
I'm grateful.
Plasma shock!
I'm in your debt.
Tempest! Strike!
I'll
try to do it yourself! Infernal current!
In a
bind! Storm! Plasma shock!
Annihilation!
Begin!
Hear me! Blade of Death!
Searing gale!
Burning strike!
Plasma shock!
Here's Tiger blade!
Seismic rush!
Do it!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger blade!
How much longer will our healing arts last?
Did that get rid of the barrier?
We'll just have to go back and check.
If Almeidria's not in her own room, just where the hell is she?
It's possible she may be on the bridge, but I would guess that she's waiting for us elsewhere on the ship.
Which means she's most likely chosen a place where she'll have the advantage in a fight.
Be careful, guys. I came from an entire family of Dahnan mages, and that woman murdered all of them. All on her own. I hate to say it, but she's an incredibly powerful astral artist.
We already know she specializes in controlling wind astral energy. But on top of that, she might try to sick that monster on us again, too.
Right. To that woman, life itself is just a toy for her to play with. Let's make sure we put an end to it. One last place to look. Straight ahead.
Almeidria.
There she is! Almeidria!
But all alone? Watch yourselves. She's probably planning something.
I was getting rather tired of waiting around. Oh my, and I see you came along as well, Dahnan Witch.
Almeidria.
What's this? I thought you couldn't stand the sight of me. Go on, little one. Show me the full force of that hatred of yours. Otherwise, run and hide like a rat you are.
That's enough! How can you smile while causing pain to so many others?
That is the way of those who possess great power. The very way we Renans live by. Those with power set the example, and those without it are forced to obey. Though you two seem to have forgotten that's the way these things work.
And you really think that justifies your actions? You turned all those people into a hollowed sea!
What foolishness. It's only natural that the fate of a slave differ from that of its owner. Very well, I admit I did fan the flames just a tad back in the ends. But it wouldn't have mattered in the slightest if there hadn't been a spark to ignite. Without it, my actions would have been fruitless. Ultimately, it was their very own burning hatred that laid them to waste. To say it was all my fault is simply laying blame at the wrong feet.
No one's perfect. We all have darkness in our hearts. But the atrocities that you've committed, they're unthinkable! Your heart is nothing but darkness!
What a fool! To think time and time again you would challenge Renan authority without so much as an inkling of how things actually work. Such ignorance is why your kind has been enslaved for 300 years.
Almeidrea.
Well, if it isn't Lord Dohalim.
These people are my allies and friends. I won't let you insult them so.
My, what a shock. I never would have expected you to claim mere slaves as your companions. If I didn't know any better, I would question your noble lineage. Oh, how far the mighty have fallen. A traitor such as yourself hardly deserves to be called a lord.
You are nothing compared to Dohalim.
Rinwell.
He would never stand by and laugh. His people hollowed!
Ha! What does it matter? You're descended from those who allowed the power and knowledge entrusted to them to wither away. Your pitiful family may have feared it, but I do not. That knowledge and power is all mine to command. And now, you will witness what that power's truly capable of! Mesmold! Enjoy your meal!
Such sad eyes, child. Let me reunite you with your parents.
Shut up! I'm gonna take you down if it's the very last thing I do!
That's right. Loathe me. Every step brings you closer to being me.
You're wrong! You're wrong! I'm nothing like you!
Searing Gale!
Ready and ready!
Resonate with the earth!
I never miss!
You may be strong, but I'll never back down!
Here, let me help!
Going in!
Ignite!
I can carve through all! Too shy to come over! Here! Denied!
I owe you one.
Rise for me! Falling storm! Going in!
Blast the shock!
Take this! In a bind?
Searing Gale! This one's all mine!
Hear me! Flame of fury!
You picked the wrong fight!
Falling storm!
Blast the shock!
Freeze laser!
Take away!
Soda!
What foolishness!
Lunar corruption!
Wretched fool!
Searing
Going black!
Confiscated! This one's mine!
The Tempest engulfs
Where are you going?
Perfect move!
Take this! Tiger Blade! Not a hole! Save you! Perfect move!
Blast the shock!
Negative gate! Resonate with the earth!
Glacial Spear! Here's the evil!
Scream, base!
Laser!
Not ever!
Nothing can stop me! Far enough!
Elusive deity!
Eagle Ray! Too shy to come over! Here!
Blast the shock!
Foolishness!
And again! Crescent Arrow Ray!
Blast the shock!
Lunar corruption!
Piercing Ray!
Burn it out!
Desperate Snake Ray!
Blast the shock!
Rise to be seen!
Reload!
Going in!
Can you take it?
Piercing Ready! I never miss!
Blast the shock!
Lunar corruption!
Elusive deity! Take
By the power of
Searing Gale!
Here, let me help!
Rising
It was
Lightning! Rising Phoenix!
Raging lunar storm!
What's she doing now?
She's infusing her beast with more power!
Get ready!
Shield and face!
None shall escape my judgment!
Ignite!
Brimming with hatred!
Tiger Blade! What foolishness! Ready to go! Far enough!
Dance for me!
This one's mine! Desperate Spin!
Blast the shock!
Tiger Blade! Let the marksman handle this!
Captivity! Begin!
Piercing roar! Annihilation! Here goes!
No further!
Stay away! Tiger Blade! Lion Power!
All mine! I'll fly you in the dust!
Annihilation!
What foolishness.
Piercing roar!
Right.
Healing
Raging Lunar Storm! Stardust!
Ready and ready.
I owe you one for that.
Now you see what I can do.
Gravitas Field! Water Sphere Wave!
Plasma Shock!
Time to shine! Glacial
Feeling gale!
can handle this!
Right.
Rising Lightning!
with the
Rising Phoenix!
Flaming Meteor! Flaming Meteor! Denied! I'm all stopped up! Rolling Storm! By the power of water! Tiger Blade! Lion Howl! Just how dare you! You have to hold on!
From beyond, imbue this vanquished soul with love. Resuscitate!
Mega Ray!
Now we're not done yet!
Another incantation ruined.
Shattering the pieces.
Attack time! Force of regeneration!
Resuscitation!
Do it! Do it! In an instant! Impact block!
Let them march
from the wind! Stardust!
Annihilation!
Snake the abyssal deep.
They're attacking separately!
I can't land a hit on her.
Keep an eye on her, and take out the monster first.
She's no stranger to astral arts.
I can take care of that.
Yeah, take it away.
Resonate
with the earth!
Here I go. Ready! It's over! Megaray confiscated!
Two-sided
This time!
Here, let me help.
Burn it
You
now!
will suffer! Lunar
Plasma
I heal
Shock!
you all! Storm!
Searing Gale!
Time to shine!
Elusive Deity!
Power!
That looks bad.
Wits about you, people! Ready to go!
Plasma Shock!
Far enough!
Now you see what I can do.
Stardust!
Water Snake Wave! First aid!
I owe you one.
Ready!
The winds of judgment blow your way. Fall
Impending calamity! Where are you going? Chaotic disaster!
No further!
So that's the trick up her sleeve.
Your astral arts aren't so special.
I shall be the sovereign. Such sad eyes, child. Let me reunite you with your parents.
Shut up! I'm gonna take you down if it's the very last thing I do!
That's right. Loathe me. Every step brings you closer to being me.
You're wrong! You're wrong! I'm nothing like you!
Ignite!
Tiger Blade!
Shattering the pieces.
Attack time! First aid! How about this? By the power of water!
Plasma Shock!
Nothing gets by me!
Clear for us to pass!
None shall escape my fate!
Piercing roar!
Plasma Shock! Stardust!
Switch on! Idiot!
Now we're not!
Take this!
Tiger Blade!
Drop it.
You'll pay for that!
From beyond, imbued it could know your from beyond.
Let the marksman do it!
Ready!
Where are you going?
Not in your dreams!
Anything in order to all mine. Right.
Searing gale! This one's all mine!
It's in your hands now.
Rising Phoenix!
I'm gone!
Rising Wyvern!
This
Rising
one's
Phoenix!
Resuscitate me! Here's a healing arc!
Burn in hell! I owe you one. Not the shot!
I can carve through all
Can't move!
I'll bring you back from Death's Abyss! Will this help?
I owe you one.
Here! Go!
There!
I'll bring you back from Death's Abyss!
Thanks!
Resuscitation!
Shock!
Hear me! Flame of Fury! Burning strike! Water! Bronze and red!
Can't end here!
This one's mine!
No!
I'll bring you back from Death's Abyss! Resuscitation!
Ready to
Try harder!
Here, let me help! First aid!
There are springs.
Back into the fray!
I'll smash you!
This one's
Not
mine!
the shot!
Hear me! Flame of Fury!
Searing gale!
I'm gone! Flaming
Rising
meteor!
Wyvern!
Lightning! Down!
On your knees!
Rising
Rising Wyvern! Rising Phoenix!
In a bind?
Leave the chargers to me!
Not the shock!
Water snake wave!
Demon Lang!
Searing
Tiger
gale!
blade! Burn! Round and curl!
Right.
Here goes!
Rising Phoenix! This one's all mine!
This one's mine! Here goes water! Here I come!
Ignite!
Red! Hear me! Flame of Fury!
What's she doing now?
She's infusing her beast with more power.
Get ready! Searing and rolling spirit!
Stay away from my friends!
Searing flame!
Rising Phoenix!
I'll bring you back from Death's Abyss!
Start up!
Resuscitation! Lunar corruption!
This should do it!
I'll bring you back from Death's Abyss!
Not the shock!
Ultra hard!
Not the shock!
Here goes! Not on my watch!
Start up!
Wait! Tiger blade! Healing with It's here! It's in the sky! Water! This one's mine! Look sharp!
Take this!
Falling
Take this!
Annihilation! Tiger blade! Flame of Fury! Burn!
I'll think you. Right.
Flame of Fury! Burning strike!
I'll think you.
Lightning meteor! Here's a healer!
Dance on the wind.
A dog!
For me.
Flaming meteor! Freezing
Rending you a bloody howling.
This one's mine!
Rising Wyvern! Rising Phoenix! Rising Wyvern!
Everlasting shock.
Ready! Lunar corruption!
Rising Wyvern! Rising Phoenix!
Using roar!
Right.
Mesored dragon wave! There! I never miss! I'm gone!
Blood. Rending you
Stay in
apart.
instant!
Bloody shattering of your pieces. Attack
First
us.
aid! Got spin!
You picked the wrong fight!
Stay away. I'll smash you.
Gemini Aqua!
Rising Wyvern!
Mesored!
Over. I couldn't make it.
Fool.
I let my guard down.
Imbue this vanquished soul with
Searing
love.
flame! Reload!
No further.
Take it!
Do it.
Dueling! In an instant! Impact block!
Take it!
Imbue this flame.
Only getting one!
Here I come! They're attacking separately!
I can't land a hit on her.
Keep an eye on her. And take out the monster first.
You may be strong,
She's
but I'll
no
never
stranger
back
to
down!
astral arts.
I can take care of that!
Yeah. Take it away.
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
You will suffer!
This one's mine! I'll bring you back from death to base! I will find you! Resuscitation!
Be ready and ready! Power!
Searing flame! Reload!
Bad.
Wit's about you, people!
Time to shine! Burning sun! Glacial spear! Here's evil! Freeze laser! Here goes!
The winds of judgment blow your way! Fall before impending calamity! Chaotic disaster!
So that's the trick up her sleeve.
Your Astral arms aren't so special. And now, you're mine!
Reload! I'll bring you back from death's abyss! I'll bring you back from death's abyss!
Try and run!
Any more of this and I'll burn out!
Sky is mine!
Ride for me!
Ready to go!
Ready and raring!
My pride was my foundation.
This one's mine!
It's on! Captivity! Not today!
Piercing roar! Back into the fray!
In a bind, it's too much! There! Raging Luna Storm!
How's this?
Rending you apart! Bloody howling! Resonate with
I don't feel so hot.
You should sit this one out!
And miss all the sun. No way.
Searing Gale! Rising Water! Can you take it? Rising Phoenix!
This one's
Rising
mine!
Wyvern!
Let them mark
Rising Phoenix!
I never miss!
It's on! There!
Look for this help!
Ready and ready! Not today!
Healing circle!
Won't save you!
Tiger blade! Lion howl!
Can you take it? This death on the way! Let the shock!
No more flame knight!
Clear for us a path!
Gemini Aqua!
Piercing roar!
Here, let me help!
Rising
First
Wyvern!
aid!
Rising Phoenix!
Pierce evil!
Rising Wyvern! Rising Phoenix!
It's over!
Rising Wyvern!
Reload!
Rising Phoenix!
Let me help!
Denied!
Rising Wyvern!
You
Rising
will
Phoenix!
suffer!
Prepare to be sealed!
Glacial spear! Pierce evil! Not in your dreams! Freeze laser! Tiger blade! Lunar corruption!
Power!
Gemini Aqua!
Her master core.
Not while I'm around, she isn't!
Piercing roar!
This should do it!
By the power of water!
Take this! Rinwell!
I'll never forgive you!
What?
I'll take you down! I'll end you! Astral energy! Full throttle! You murdered my mother and father. But I'm not like you.
Rinwell.
Even now, I hate you. But here I am, unable to let go. Honestly, even if I took my hatred out on you here and now, it wouldn't make me feel any better in the long run. I realize that now. So, I won't kill you. I'll take you in, and make damn sure justice is served the right way.
You would dare mock me with your foolish, useless pity? A Dahnan, nothing more than a mere slave. I won't allow you to...
It's not about what you think. Or being Danon or Renan. Because you'll atone for the crimes you committed. And that's all.
It's that swordsman again.
Oh, Lord Volron, what brings you here? No, forgive me. I've forgotten myself. Please allow me to make it up to you, my lord.
Silence now, wretched snake. Does it hurt? It should. That pain is proof you're still alive. Enjoy it.
Volron. Years ago, the Lord of Ganath Haros met a sudden death. His successor was a man by that very name, Volron.
And like a restless lover, I've come back for more. Stop right there! Think you can cut me down? What?
Wait, what just happened to him? Alvin! Say something! Let go of me! Let me go!
Shionne!
Alvin!
Shionne!
Alvin!
Come and find me, if you truly are the Sovereign.
After all this time, I'll be free from this hell. I can finally go home. I doubt I'll ever see this place again. Might as well walk the block once more for old time's sake. As usual, nobody wants to explain anything to me. They just threaten and harass me instead. What does everyone think I am? Some sort of talking pet? They're the ones that dragged me all the way up here in the first place. Bastards. I shouldn't have bothered coming out. Might as well head back to my room. I just wanted to go back. To Dana. To my home.
Alphen.
Iori.
Live for me.
No. Iori. No!
Wait, please. Wait, What was that? That... How long ago was that? That's right. Shion. Oh, right. That's what pain felt like. So much for it all being a bad dream. Where am I? Where is everyone? I need to find them. Better start looking. Yuri. Shion. Damn it.
Plasma shock! Plasma shock! Rising Wyvern! Stardust! Plasma shock! Stardust! This should do it! Plasma shock! Stardust! Plasma shock! Stardust! It's on! Blast! Eat dirt! Plasma shock! Stardust! Plasma shock! Stardust! Swallow! Swallow blade! Mirage! Plasma shock!
It's too much!
This should do it! Plasma shock! Great! Next! Stardust! Plasma shock! Stardust! Swallow blade! Plasma shock! Plasma shock! Stardust! Plasma shock! This one's all mine! You picked the wrong fight! Plasma shock! Stardust!
Alvin?
Finwell!
What happened just now? Normally you'd be able to take that thing with your eyes closed.
Thank goodness you're alive. Are you all right?
Yeah.
I'm just glad we found you in one piece. You were the only one still missing. There's a village back the way we came from, Thistlein. Kisara and La are already there.
Finwell, where are we?
Ganeth Haros, Volron's realm. Remember?
Ushered by the waves straight to the enemy stronghold. A rare stroke of luck, it would seem.
Luck?
If Volron's here, that means Shion's close too, right?
Shion? Oh. Right. Of course.
Are you sure you're feeling okay? You seem a little off.
He's probably just exhausted. Let's save the catching up for when we're back at the village.
counts as an owl around here.
Small, but a victory nonetheless.
We have a long way to...
Speaking of Thistlelim, it's populated by Danans, but they're not under the rule of any lord. Pretty refreshing, huh? The whole town was built by Danan defectors, escapees from elsewhere. This area's teeming with stray Zeugles, though, so heaven only knows how they managed to set up a community here. The ordeal seems to have left them understandably on edge. Kisara and La are back there right now trying to convince them of our good intentions. Say, Alphen, it looks like you got your face back then.
Yeah.
And your sense of pain, too, it would seem. Any connection?
Really? Oh, but that means...
Probably.
I wonder if Alphen's going to be okay.
For now, I believe we should hold off on speculation and simply keep an eye on him.
Right. Hmm? You're saying we should check the Owl Forest? Do you sense one of your friends, Hootle?
Alphen! Boy, am I glad to see you safe.
Well, did you manage to convince them we're not in league with any lord?
Yeah, eventually.
When the ship sank, I thought we were done for. Guess the world just couldn't keep us apart.
Yeah, and now we can finally go rescue Xion.
There's something I need to tell you guys first. I got my memory back.
So, what did you remember? Are you able to tell us now?
Give the man some space, Law.
I remember being up on Lenegis.
Go on.
I was abducted from Dana. I was told if I ever wanted to return home, I'd have to cooperate. So that's what I did. Next thing I knew, they had made me into the Sovereign.
You mean to say you won the crown contest? As a Dahnan?
No. They kept me locked in a strange facility. They experimented on me, like I was nothing more than an animal. There were others, but only I survived. Of course, I wasn't really a king. The reality was that they treated me worse even than the lowest slave. The only reason I survived was because my body was able to withstand the Sovereign's power that they placed inside me.
The crest that appeared behind you on Almeidria's ship must have undoubtedly been that of the Sovereign. It all makes sense now. Your affinity with the Blazing Sword, and the strange powers you possess, they were all because you were the Sovereign.
Okay, but why would the Renans go out of their way to give you all that power? Just what exactly does being the Sovereign entail?
They said it was for something called the Spirit Channeling Ceremony. They taught me how to harness my power for when the big day came. As for what the ceremony was actually for, unfortunately, I never found out.
So if what you're saying about being on Lenegis is true, then maybe you really did meet Xion. After all, you said you recognized her from somewhere, right?
But Xion said she'd never seen him before. How do you explain that?
I was wrong. It wasn't Xion I knew from Lenegis. It was Naori. She was a Renan maiden they paired me with during the spirit channeling ceremony. She's the woman I kept seeing in my dreams.
A maiden? What?
Wait, so this Naori figure just happens to be the double of Xion? Bit coincidental, isn't it?
Naori's family name was Imeris.
Imeris? As in Xion Imeris?
So they're distant relatives or something? Wait, or are they sisters?
Your guess is as good as mine. All I know is it was Naori. She's the one who put the mask on me.
The mask? But why?
To keep my soul from devouring itself over the guilt. After what I did on Lenegis. Over the lives I took.
Lives? You mean you staged a rebellion?
Perhaps it was a part of this spirit channeling ceremony?
I don't know. Whatever it was that the spirit channeling ceremony was supposed to achieve, it didn't turn out as planned. I lost consciousness halfway through. By the time I came to, Lenegis was a sea of flames. I opened my eyes to see Naori there, weeping. I shudder to think of how many deaths I caused that day. Certainly more than any of these lords can claim, I'm sure.
You really expect us to believe this? First the Sovereign, then Lenegis? You couldn't possibly have done all that.
I wonder. In ancient scripture, there is tell of a terrible calamity that befell Lenegis, nearly destroying it. The restoration took years, and required the work of countless laborers.
By ancient, you mean...
It predates the crown contest, to a time before even the first Renan invasion of Dana. More than 300 years ago.
300? But that'd make Alphen...
That's right. I'm pretty much an antique of a human being. Deep down, maybe I already knew.
Alphen...
Some hero, huh? Cooperating with the same villains who snatched me from my home, committing mass slaughter, only for it to slip my mind. Then when I finally remember, turns out I'm so old I've got scripture written about me. So much for standing up to injustice. I've probably got more blood on my hands than all the lords combined!
Alphen, stop! Honestly, I'm not going to pretend to understand what all this means. But what I do know is that right now, you're just reacting to the shock.
Kisara.
Listen, what you really need is time. Time to process things and get your head straight. Truth be told, I think that probably goes for all of us.
What about Xion? We can't just...
I'm worried about Xion too, Law. But it's clear that Alphen's in no fit state to fight. This is Volron, remember? Even at full capacity, it's practically a suicide mission. We stay put in the village till we're ready. Okay, everyone? Take some time to think things through, okay? But remember, we're all here for you if you need us. No matter how dark things might seem, you're not alone, Alphen.
Thank you.
It's fine. All right, everyone. Let's break for now.
Do I even have the right to fight? Do I have the right to go to Xion's rescue? What do the others think? What will I even accomplish going alone?
You're certainly full of surprises, aren't you?
Trust me, it's not intentional.
Sorry, that was insensitive of me. Though, there's still an awful lot I wish I could understand. Every new piece of information seems only to yield further mysteries. The truth feels just as elusive as when we first started. I am well aware of where you got your powers, But why, as a Dahnan, do you bear the same crest as the current Renan sovereign? More to the point, why choose a Dahnan for their sovereign in the first place? And then there is the Maiden, a figure so powerful, she's playing yin to the sovereign's yang in esoteric ceremonies. And yet, I've never even heard of her. Then again, this all occurred 300 years ago. What if the term sovereign doesn't even hold the same meaning as it did back then? Listen, I may be a traitor among my people, but I am still Renan, born and raised. I learned the same history, listened rapt to the same tales. And yet now I feel like there was little truth to any of it.
Speaking of which, there's something else that I remember from the spirit channeling ceremony. It used the Renis Alma.
You're certain?
Yes. Or at least that's what they called it. Only you would know if it was one and the same.
Oh, I have never laid eyes on the real artifact myself. And you never participated in a crown contest. You're not even Renan. Many mysteries lay buried in these 3 centuries past.
3 centuries is more than several lifetimes. Was I really out that long?
Well, I'm only estimating based on historical record. But all the facts would seem to point that way.
Who the hell am I?
If I may be frank, we have even bigger fish to fry than that. By comparison, the far more important question at hand is, just what does it all mean?
Frank, huh?
Sometimes, we need a little help in addressing the truth behind our pain. Not to compete over lives lost, but I suspect your count is still somewhat beneath mine.
Thanks for lending me an ear. And sorry for being a bother.
Please, no thanks are necessary. The quicker you get back on your feet, the sooner we can all get back out there.
What do you see out there?
Zeugles. Strays by the looks of it. We unwittingly disturbed their territory on our way here, and now they're looking pretty riled up. So, feel like you're making headway? You know, sorting through things?
All I know is Xion needs our help. As for what happens after that...
Say, how did you get back down here from Lenegis, anyway?
I came down in a Renan starship. I have Naori to thank for that.
What happened to her? Did she come with you?
She stayed behind. Just as I wanted to get back to Dana and my people, Naori's place was with her fellow Renans, performing her duties as the Maiden. Neither of us asked for the power or roles we were given. I suppose we felt a kinship with each other in that sense. But even then...
Wait, so you mean it wasn't just Danans like you that Lenegis abducted? You're saying they forced Naori, one of their own, to serve against her will as well?
Even within Renan society itself, there exists a hierarchy. I don't think she was ever given the option to refuse. Despite that, she did everything she possibly could to serve her people. The very same ones I ended up slaughtering. And even after that, she still helped me escape back to Dana. She stayed behind on Lenegis to help any of her people who survived. I owe her more than words can express. A debt left to fester for what? 300 years? How do I even begin to make up for something like that?
In all honesty, you don't. You can't atone for what's happened in the past. I don't think anyone can. Be it several centuries ago, or just yesterday.
What are you saying? That I might as well give up?
I'm saying you don't have to be a white knight in shining armor. Back after my brother had passed away, it was you who told me that his dream lived on inside me. And you did the same for him, for Dohalim, when he was ready to give up too. You were there for both of us. You know what I heard? I heard you telling me to keep fighting. To strive no matter what.
Then I was out of line. I had no right to ask that of you.
No, you're wrong. Those words were exactly what I needed to hear at the time. In fact, I would go as far as to say that I wouldn't even be here had I not heard them. Left to my own devices, Who knows when I would have been able to pick myself up? Besides, it's not like killing all those people was a choice that you made of your own free will, right? The truly terrible ones are the people who abducted you. The ones who forced you to wield that power. They're the ones you should be blaming. Not only that, but that guilt you feel inside, that's all the proof you need to know you're a good person, Alphen. Do you understand? If I'm still allowed to fight and keep on living, then damn it, Alphen, so the hell are you. But, if you're still not convinced, then ask yourself this. What is it that you've really been fighting for this whole time? Go on, ask yourself.
What I've been fighting for, huh?
All this time, I thought it was the worrying about Xion and the pain bringing you down. I didn't realize you were lonely too.
I guess all of us are. In one way or another.
Yeah, but you've only just found out. I mean, no, not found out. Remembered.
To tell you the truth, I was actually beginning to forget I'd even lost my memory in the first place. Now that it's returned, well, you can see what I'm like. It's strange. When I think about Lenegis, it still feels like it was only a year or two ago that I was there. But then I realized what feels like years was actually centuries ago.
What about your hometown? Do you know if it's still there?
I doubt it. When the Renans invaded, the world as I knew it changed overnight. Even if the place is still there physically, I expect the people will be long gone. Certainly everyone I knew, at least. My family, my friends.
Yeah, I know how that feels. I have no home to return to either. No family waiting for me. I used to curse my bad luck that I'd ever been born a mage in the first place. Otherwise, if I hadn't, maybe my mother and father would still be alive today. Although if that had been the case, I guess I'd probably still be just another slave with no means to resist. I'd never have met up with you guys, that's for sure.
Have you learned to embrace your powers yet?
Nuh-uh. I resent them a little less than before, though. They've kept me alive this long, right? I try not to think about it too much. After all, who can predict what the future will hold? I guess what I'm trying to say is that with everything that's happened in your past, finding out you're the Sovereign and all, it's no wonder you're conflicted. Heck, honestly, I think anyone would be.
Rinwell.
First it was Xion, then it was me, and now it's you. All of us suffering, just because of some power we never even asked for.
Yeah. All this time you were suffering right in front of me, and I never even knew. I feel like I finally understand what you and Xion were going through.
You couldn't have known. Still, if you want to make it up to her, shouldn't we hurry it up and rescue her already? Poor Xion must be lonely, all by herself wherever she is.
Yeah, you're right. Let's get going.
Alphen, are we gonna go rescue Shion or what? What's gotten into you, man? Aren't you worried about her?
Do I even have any right to be?
If you were in my place, you'd say, to hell with all that. What do you want to do?
Sounds like me. Pretending I have all the answers is kind of my forte.
Come on, man. Snap out of it. This isn't like you. Look, I get it. You finally remember your past, only to feel like you've lost yourself again. You're in shock, and who wouldn't be? Worse still, you blame yourself for what happened. And yeah, I don't agree, but that doesn't mean I don't understand either. But here's the thing. None of that's got anything to do with Shion.
I guess.
It's about Naori, isn't it? Look, you're still here, aren't you? Who's to say this chick isn't alive and kicking out there somewhere, too? Fine, I've said my piece. The thing is, though, where does this leave Shion?
My power consumed me once already. I left behind a path of fire and destruction. And the same thing could happen again. I can't guarantee anyone's safety, including Shion's.
So you think we might get burned up because of your sovereign powers? I can think of worse ways to go. Come on, fight this thing! What happened to the guy who talked to me after my dad died? The one who cared enough to reach out and save me? That's the guy I was proud to follow. Not this faltering imposter who's taken his place.
Law.
No, I'm serious. What's gotten into you, man? Just give me the word and I'll beat some sense into you if that's what it takes. Now, I'm gonna ask you this once and only once. Are you serious about rescuing Shion or not? What's it gonna be, Alphen?
What do you think? Of course I want to rescue her. Hell, I'd do it right now if I could.
So then quit griping and do it already!
Listen, you're probably right about all this.
Alphen.
It's exactly like you said. Whatever happened in my past has nothing to do with Shion. But there's still so much that There I go again. So much for the inspiring Alphen of old.
He could be a pain sometimes. Besides, even a hero has to let the cracks show once in a while, right?
Yeah, I guess you're right. Just give me a little more time to fill in the cracks. And thanks, Law.
Hey, don't even mention it. You've totally got this, Alphen. I believe in you.
Back to the inn, I guess.
There you are!
What is it?
Zeugles, that's what! They're almost at the village gates!
Any closer and they'll be house hunting. I knew we shouldn't have cut through their territory.
That sounds bad.
Can you fight? No shame in bowing out if you're not up for it.
Kisara's right. You don't want to go overdoing it.
I'm up for it.
Really?
You ready?
As ready as I'll ever be. It's now or never, right?
Alphen, right! Great to have you back! Now let's do this!
Look sharp, people! If we don't act fast, they're going to get into the village.
Right. We need to hurry.
Remember, if the pain's too much...
We've all got our own pain to deal with. I'm done letting others pick up my slack.
Here they come! We can't let even a single one through!
There's a firm no-Google policy.
Fine by me. Let's get to work then.
Are those arms even natural?
Shot!
Take this. Whirlwind snap.
Dragon
Not on my watch!
On guard.
Too fast!
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
Tiger Blade!
I'll make it break! Demon's Descent! Flashing bang! Take this!
I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life! Far enough! Oh! Now I'm real mad!
Piercing
blow!
Make it rain! Totally! In an instant! Impact blow!
Illuminate the tunnel! Come forth! Holy Glimmer!
I'm on! Switch topic!
Holy Light!
Here we go!
Flaming Meteor!
Swallow it! I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Alphen, you okay?
I'm fine. This pain thing really hurts, huh?
But hey, at least you're still alive.
It wouldn't be called pain if it was pleasant. It can be pretty useful, though. It's good motivation to improve and get stronger.
Guess I've got a lot of room to improve in that regard.
Anyway, I'm glad we could protect the village, especially after everything they've done for us.
Yeah.
You know, Thistleim kind of reminds me of home. The people here have hidden themselves away out of the fear of being found, always watching their backs. Though in the end, home was destroyed anyway.
That won't happen here.
Oh? Is that a hint of fighting spirit I sense?
Yeah. I won't lie. Some of these memories will take a while to process. But I've learned something too. My rage, this fury I feel at our so-called rulers, it comes from having so much of myself stripped away from me back then. Friends, family, home. They took everything from me, and left me with nothing but guilt. I was completely alone. At least that's what I thought. But not anymore. Since I awakened, I've met people who I care about. Friends who hold me up. Friends who make me feel like I'm worth something. And I won't lose that. Not ever again. I'll protect those bonds with everything I have. That's why I need to keep fighting.
But Xion comes first.
Of course. First we rescue Xion, then we defeat Vholran, and liberate Dahna. Everyone, will you fight with me?
Say the word and I'm there.
Certainly no objections.
Then it's agreed. Our next stop will be the capital, Pelegion. According to the villagers, there's a huge cliff separating Thistleum from the capital. Luckily for us, there's a path we can use to climb up.
Sounds like a plan. Let's go.
We don't know what lies ahead. We should prepare well before we venture forth.
Yeah, can't exactly fight at the top of your game when you're hungry.
Good point. Let's stop by the inn and plan our next move from there. By the way, how is Mahavar doing? Wait. Don't tell me we still haven't found him.
It's not like we haven't been looking. I've covered the whole length and breadth of the coast, but...
All of the other crew members are accounted for, including us. But we weren't able to find Mahavar. He's still missing.
I see.
Perhaps he couldn't bring himself to abandon the ship.
You mean at the bottom of the ocean? Damn it.
We don't know that it sank. We all washed up on the same shore. If the ship went down, isn't it strange we haven't come across a single piece of debris?
Do you think he might still be alive somewhere out there?
I think stranger things have happened. Whether he's alive or otherwise, we've exhausted all the avenues available to us. All we can do now is press on ahead.
Fine. Let's get going. Thistleum was founded by Danans fleeing the tyranny of Renan lords, right? But when you first came, they must have known Dohalim was Renan. So why do you think they let us in?
They almost didn't. But it wasn't just Dohalim they were wary of. They didn't trust any of us.
Even the weird Danans just like them?
When you live life in constant fear of being pursued, it's only a matter of time before all outsiders start to seem a potential threat.
I suppose that makes sense. So how did you convince them to trust us?
You saw how destitute the village was. They needed food, badly. We hunted some Zeugles for them. That seemed to do the trick.
Of course, a little magic-assisted roast didn't hurt things.
Never underestimate a full stomach's ability to put a person at ease. It turns out a hearty meal can be a powerful weapon. Something's on your mind. You having second thoughts about rescuing Xion?
Of course not! Xion's our friend! Almeidrea was the one I hated. For as long as I can remember, she served as a symbol to me of everything Renan. But ever since getting to know Xion, I realized it doesn't make sense to group people together like that. Every individual is different.
I see.
Besides, the situation with Almeidrea was something else entirely. I'd already decided I wasn't going to kill her, but when I saw her die right in front of me, a part of me thought it served her right, that she'd gotten what she deserved. But another part regretted that someone else had come along and killed her instead. Don't get me wrong. If I had the chance again, I still wouldn't kill her. But it's not like I'll be shedding any tears now that she's gone. It's all so confusing. I don't know how to make sense of any of it.
Who said it had to make sense?
Huh?
Rinwell, you've done nothing wrong. You've started to question the beliefs you've held all your life. It's only natural for you to feel disoriented. You didn't give in to the hatred you felt for Almeidrea. You made a choice not to kill her. And that's significant, whether you realize it or not. As for what it means exactly, that might be worth taking some time to figure out on your own.
Some time.
Or don't, if you don't want to. It's just an idea. I'm still searching too, remember?
No, I think you're right. It can't hurt to keep searching after all. And hey, thanks, Kisara.
Done. This is sure to give the others some... You can never be too prepared. But did we have to spend so much?
sense one of your friends, Hootle? Do you sense one of your friends, Hootle?
That food there looks pretty tasty.
Yep, we can fix that new recipe with it.
I eagerly await the final result.
I wonder if something happened.
You're saying we should check the Owl Forest?
Okay.
Why?
Ugh.
Damn it.
What?
Is that so?
Okay.
Great job.
I'll teach these small fry who's the apex predator of these waters. Just watch and see.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves now.
I guess we're having fish for dinner tonight.